So, first things first, I mean, congratulations. It must be the weirdest possible time for you.
Yeah.
And you know, the range of emotions going through your head right now. So, but let's just go back to brass tacks. Tell me how this even came about.
Okay, so it all started on Tuesday. I was working away. It got to about 4 o'clock, and I thought I probably better buy a ticket because I saw the jackpot.
And do you buy a ticket regularly?
I do. I normally buy them when, you know, it's a good amount. So when there's a lot of money, I'll put it on. I use the app and have a quick check, you know, a couple of times a week, and then I'll put it on. But generally, my luck is pretty terrible, to be honest with you. I've been sticking with it for years, but never more than a small amount, or a lucky dip. It's a big win for me. So, yeah.
He tries to convince me to buy them, thinking I'll have more luck, but
no.
Actually, it's him.
Yeah, it did seem to pay out in the end. So, yeah, I did that. Didn't actually... It's funny, because normally I'm more aware of it, but I didn't actually think any more than that. I was really busy trying to get everything done for work. Called it a day, went... You know, carried on with a normal life, went to bed, and then at 5:15, I normally go up, feed the dogs, do some jobs around the house. Went back to bed and have half an hour and just check my emails and my other bits and pieces. And the weather is the normal one for me. And then, so I checked my emails, and I had an email saying that I'd won a prize. And I took it as the usual lucky dip type thing, and I opened up the app, logged in, and then I looked at the amount, and I put the phone down. And I picked the phone up again, and I looked at the amount again. And I thought, I first thought it was in thousands. And I thought...
Were you excited that it was thousands?
Yeah, I was over the moon. I thought,
you thought you won 148,000?
Yeah, and I just thought life-changing, you know, we can, you know, with the mortgage and everything else, that, you know, it was going to change our lives. And I actually started counting the digits, and at that point I thought, it was, amazing, but also surreal. It didn't feel real. So I put the phone down, and Jess hadn't had a great night's sleep, so I thought, do I wake her up? Don't I wake her up? What do I do? So I just sat there for a minute, trying to take it all in, and I thought, well, I'll give her, because it's only 20 minutes, I'll give her an extra 20 minutes till her alarm goes off. And I started, because normally in life, we've been trying to move house for quite a while, and other bits and pieces. We've not been a huge amount of time in the house we're in now, so you go on Rightmove, and you set your limits on what you can afford. And in the past, everything we've kind of wanted is far beyond what we could afford, so I thought, I don't need to filter, I can actually just look at anything. So I sat there giggling away to myself, thinking, oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah. And I still didn't really believe it, but it was fun, you know, it was like, So,
it was make-believe at that point,
wasn't it? Was, yeah. And then,
so then you wake Jess up. Would you like some water, by the way?
Yeah,
Jess?
thank you.
Thank
all a little bit.
Yeah, he let me wait until my alarm went off, and in normal husband and wife, grumpy morning, I was like, just let me turn the alarm off first.
Give you 10 minutes more snooze.
Yeah, and he was like, I've got a secret to tell you. I've got a secret to tell you.
Yeah.
And then he told me, I was like, don't be stupid.
Because that's the natural reaction, right?
Yeah, he was like, no, I really think we have. I was like, oh, Joe, let me have a look at it, thinking, you know, it's the morning, he had just...
Yeah. Didn't have my glasses on, he's got it wrong.
Yeah,
and then I was trying to do it on my phone, but I couldn't get it to work or something. I was like...
Yeah.
And then we just kind of thought, this is a fun game to play. Like, it's obviously wrong. Yeah. There's something wrong with the app, but hey, let's go with it and let's enjoy this moment of thinking we've won the lottery, because it's not real. Yeah. And we said, we'll call them at 8 o'clock when it comes on and check if it is.
Finalised.
And then I was like, right, I'll go make coffee and get on with the day, kind of thing.
Yeah. So you just thought, you know, there's an anomaly here. We might have won something, but let's just get on with the day normally. And
I thought it'll be on the news. App tells everybody they've won the EuroMillions. That's what I thought would be on.
Yeah.
But yeah, wasn't.
So yeah, and then at that point, 8 o'clock, we thought, well, we'd better phone and see, and then we couldn't make it up. I had a really terrible phone signal.
We're walking all over the house.
The lady at the other end was speaking to me. I had to keep repeating all the information, going through like security checks, and I'm thinking, this, you know, and eventually.
And Thwaite's one of those names.
Yeah, I've got the surname of Phil. I've spelt it out about 15 different times in different ways, and. We
ended up in one of our kids' room next to the window, like trying to get signal.
And then all of a sudden...
The lady was so sweet, wasn't she? She was amazing.
Went quiet on me and said, I'm going to put you on hold. And then come back to us and confirmed it. I still didn't believe it at that point.
She was so sweet. She said, Joe was like, I think we've won the lottery. And she was like, oh, okay, telling us all this stuff. How much do you think you won? And he was like, no, I think we won.
Yeah.
And so then...
Went from there.
So then she was like, and then she said, put us on hold, and she came back on and she went, you definitely have won.
Yeah.
And was really sweet and excited. Yeah.
So when you put the phone down from that, do you then... What happens then? Do you have a moment to yourselves? I mean, obviously, it's still sinking in now.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't really think it was real, did I?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
We just thought it wasn't real.
Yeah, well, we then get. Yeah, well, I was reasonably.
They told us somebody would ring us in a few hours and ratify it all and everything.
Yeah, so I was on the...
We were waiting for that, weren't we?
Yeah, I was definitely... It was seeming more real, but still not that
Joe,
real.
we were just checking back in a room, and you showed me the app, your app, and you've still got the balance of £9.80, which I love, and then underneath you've won, and then it's only that you click in when you've won. You get that amount of money that comes up, and it's quite hard to quantify that amount of money, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And then we thought we'll wait for the next phone call, and I just...
We just carried on with our life. I went off
and I logged onto my laptop and started work.
Yeah. And I went to work. I was on my way to work, and I said to Joe, I rang him and I said, because I work with my mum and my sister, and I was like, we're just not the family that could lie to one another. We're just, we're a really close family, and I couldn't have gone to work and not told them something. So I rang Joe and I was like, Joe, I'm going to have to tell my mum something. I can't lie to her. And he was like, it's fine. Just please don't tell her how much or get her excited or just don't tell her anything. Just say we won the lottery.
Just so we know this is what we... Yeah.
So then I called her and said, oh, are you on your way into work, Mum? And she was like, yes. And I said, I'll meet you in the car park. And she said to me afterwards, she was like, it's so weird. You never meet me in the car park.
It's quite a strange thing to say to your mum, isn't it?
Yeah. So then I met her in the car park, and I said, I've got something to tell you, a secret to tell you, but you have to promise not to tell anybody. She was like, okay. She said, and then she was like, are you pregnant? I was like, no, no way. I said, actually what I said was, it's better than being pregnant. So I said, I think we've won the lottery. And she was like, the EuroMillions? And I was like, well, Joe said I shouldn't talk about it. I don't want to get you... She said, have you won the EuroMillions? And she knew all about it, exactly how much it was.
Down to the pence.
Down to the 10 pence at the end. And I was like, I couldn't hold anything back. I was like, I don't know, we're waiting for a call. But I think she just literally screamed in the car park and burst into tears, because even though it's wonderful and exciting, it's also a massive relief for everybody that's been struggling with all their bills and all their things for all this time. Like, we're like every normal family that have that thing, so it's just a huge relief as well.
So let's go into that. So tell us a little bit about yourselves, what you do for a living and your life.
So, so I work for a communications company, and basically, obviously, like most people from lockdown, I just sat at home, log on at 8:30 or 8 in the morning, and sit there till 6:30 at night, and just chug away at the keyboard. So my life is generally that during the week, and then weekends it pretty much revolves around DIY and just trying
our kids.
And our kids trying to get stuff done, because the house we live in needs loads of work to it, and that was basically what we were doing every weekend. I was saying to like, Jess, we need a bigger fridge, because the list of things I've got just carries on going down and down and down. I can't get it all in one space. It's that big. So, yeah, it's these are the things you do in life, you know, to get where you're trying to get to. But yeah, it's been pretty hectic the past few years.
Get up, pretty much just chase your tail until you go to bed.
Yeah,
right? So
at 5:15 I get up, and then whatever it is, till 11 or whatever at
we
night
constantly
when we go to bed.
discuss that we don't watch telly because we just go until we stop.
Well, yeah, as soon as you get the kids to bed, you're shattered, right?
Yeah, we're just normal, So I have a hair salon with my sister and my mum, so I run the business side of that, and we have our kids, so my kids go to school, like the primary school, and then I work 4 days a week, and we have too many manimals. Too many hands-on that we look after, so
We've got geckos.
We've got 2 geckos.
Yeah. We have horses, ponies, and chickens, and dogs, and I mean, it's
You've got
too many things.
Exactly. You've got these things
busy.
You're working to pay off these things, and and you want your kids to go up around nature.
Yeah, we just want to create that kind of lifestyle for our children. We're right at the bottom because we've, pushed everything to get this house that we can have our ponies at home. and that's been our dream. We thought we'd hit
Yeah, we
the
thought
biggest
we'd
dream
actually
that we
already
could
got
ever
there,
have done. I mean,
in the house, really.
we have so much work to do. I was telling them before, like, we have a bucket in our hallway that collects the rain every time it rains.
So you,
because
you're working hard, and you've got you're the stage in your life where you've got your children, but you're working hand to mouth to.
We've saved to do some building to the house, but that's what we have, and we're waiting till it's not as expensive as it is right now with building things. But yeah, I'm not saying that it's horrendous. No, we love our life. This is what we've chosen. We absolutely
Kids love it. So
and that's why we're where we are.
I think when I met you in a room next door, guys, the first thing that thankfully came to me was this: you both got this incredible amount of humility about yourselves, and you were aware that the world we're in a very tough place at the moment, the cost of living crisis and inflation going up. Those things, you're aware of those things and how lucky this is.
Yeah, I mean, it's affected all the way the world is crazy, and it's affected our lives. And this couldn't change.
It's not just us, though.
Before this lockdown, were you feeling that? Before this before this
like
winter?
Everybody is. Like everybody in our
Jess's
same
hair
position.
salon's really struggling with
hard.
the cost of electricity to heat the water. All the people, the people aren't coming through the door because COVID and all the rest of the
just
stuff.
those normal things.
Do you worry about going public?
I have been really worried about going public, just because I want to protect the people I love. I want to make sure that they're all okay. It isn't really something that I've dreamed of doing, absolutely. But I feel this is the way that we can be honest to them all, we can enjoy it with them all, and it's going to allow us to give them loads to them.
Thank you.
Hi both, Naftas Jawar from the BBC. Just wanted to ask, on that subject of going public, are you worried about scammers, people coming forward who might want to take your money from you? Is that one of the concerns around going public?
I haven't even thought of anything like that. To be honest, we're a week in. We're like so overwhelmed by other stuff. I just haven't even got to consider that, if I'm honest.
We're trying to think of all the positives. I mean, that's the main thing of this is there's a lot of positives. So, yeah.
You're next.
Hi, Bradley Harris, 5 News. Do you both feel that you have a responsibility now with the sheer amount of money that you've won, given that we're in the middle of a cost of living crisis?
I don't...
This is also new to us. There's a lot of things we've got to... After this, we've got to go away. We've been so busy this week just trying to, with work and everything else, just trying to get everyone else in a good place, because obviously we knew we're going to...
But, I think those people are in the same boat as us. So, absolutely, we get where they are, but we just got to get our head around this massive thing.
And think things through and move on from there, I think. Okay, thanks.
Hello there. Matt Drake, Good Morning Britain. 2 questions. First of all, were you using the same numbers? And if so, was there any significance to those numbers? And more importantly, who's going to play you in the film?
So I always go with the lucky dip because I just think that's easier. I just buy a lucky dip on either the lottery or the national lottery, depending on which one looks like it. It's got a lot. There's a lot of money there, and that's it.
My family, my dad played the lottery when we were growing up, and he played the same numbers every single week. He died about 7 years ago, and kind of Joe took on the baton as the one who did the lottery for our family. So he started off using those numbers, but he'd forget them or get them wrong or something. So we then went to lucky dip so that it was luck.
Yeah.
But it's unbelievable because that's what my dad dreamed of all his life and used to say to us frequently. Imagine if you won the lottery. Think about if you win the lottery. And it's just crazy.
But who's going to play you in the film? I mean,
It's another... Do you know, I hadn't even... That's another one. Things that cross my mind. There's a whole list of things that...
Joe, you got some Stanley Tucci vibes going on. Okay, who's next?
Joe and Jess, congratulations, first
Thank
of all. Ben
you.
Chapman from ITV News. You've talked a lot about spending time with family, but is there one thing you've always dreamed of buying?
We're not really those materialistic people.
No.
If you saw our house, you would know that But I think I'll probably buy a new car, I'm sure, or something like that. But we haven't got a huge.
Yeah.
We'd love to go on a family holiday.
Is it more the experience?
More
then?
experiences.
Yeah, we'd love to. We had to go buy suitcases to come here because we don't go on holiday. We never go on holiday. So our kids would just die to go to the sun and do that kind of thing. So I'd love to go and do that.
Yeah, that's the main thing that they've talked about is holidays. Yeah. So so our youngest constantly has always wanted to go to Hawaii. I think YouTube's to blame for that.
We have no idea why, but they're obsessed with Hawaii.
And the other one wants to go to like a Texas ranch trail thing where you ride horses across there. So that's the plan.
They know.
I think we'll work from there.
Thank you.
Joe and Jess, Steve Nibbs from the BBC as well. Huge congratulations, first of all, from the local BBC. You've talked about helping family and friends. That's almost a no-brainer. This is such a huge amount of money. Are there any causes close to your heart that you're going to try and do something philanthropic with the money, help charities or causes that you've got a keen to?
Do you know what? I think that's an area we will get to, but we're 1 week in. It's blown our mind just getting to this point, and you know, we're not there yet, but we're going to definitely take some advice and talk to people about those things.
Go from there, because it's
just is this the first moment it's real?
Yeah, this is very real. Yeah, so up until this point, I still keep thinking I'm going to like fall out of bed and it's all going to be a dream.
My mum
exactly right. It really
my mum
is
keeps
like
texting me saying, "Are we alive?" I'm like, "Well, we're all not alive if we're not alive, so it's okay. We're together in that situation."
Your mum's deep, I like.
Yeah.